Cass Sunstein joins me now. He is a leading legal thinker, and we haven't had a lawyer's view today so far, Cass. So you're a professor at Harvard Law School, the program on behavioral economics and public policy. You're going to be a panelist at the forum today, and as giving your legal view or giving your viewpoint into such a huge debate, but with an international focus today, looking at the Sustainability Development Goals and the UN, what will be your main message?
Well, I have three messages, really. I worked as a regulator in the Obama administration, and this draws on that experience. Message number one is the great importance of cost-benefit analysis, of making sure that whatever is done by the private sector or by the government is to the extent possible based on an awareness of the actual consequences. And we need, if we can, to be very quantitative about that. So we don't want our policies to hurt the economy, we don't want them to hurt the environment, and we can't let dogmas or cliches or interest groups run away with the analysis. Be very disciplined on the numbers. The second message is the great importance of scientific integrity. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing, if it involves innovation, if it involves going in one direction or another, it involves sound scientific judgments based on actually where the science is. And the third idea, which I think is very central to improvement in this domain, is transparency and public participation, especially when it comes to government practice. So there's a lot of information out there in various countries, and with respect to the future of agriculture, if we want to get the policies right, what's crucial really is to allow everyone who knows something to participate so that the government can have the information it needs.
As you say, you were an advisor to President Obama, and I wonder, when you talk about getting the facts and getting those statistics right, how lacking in your experience has that been, and what is the detrimental effect of not having it made clear?
Yes, well, the United States has for about 30 years now had a practice of getting the facts straight to the extent that that's possible, given what the science and the economists know. And it is indispensable. What you might do if you don't do that is hurt economic growth, you can hurt innovation, you can end up hurting people who depend on agriculture and cheap, nutritious food to live. So that is a real downside. At the same time, if there are approaches that are environmentally preferable, that will keep the air cleaner, the water cleaner, that's better in terms of climate change, not to take advantage of those risk actually human health consequences. So the stakes are very high.
What are you hoping to hear from the forum today? And given a view of engagement and transparency that you've talked about, how important are forums like this?
I think extremely important. What I really hope to hear is that there's an international movement toward being very careful about costs and benefits before proceeding, to go beyond cliches and platitudes, even if they're good ones like innovation and sustainable agriculture. Those are good cliches, but to be concrete about how to specify the practices in ways that will actually make economies grow and help people get the food they need.
There will always be gaps in point of view. There will always be nationalist points of view, protectionist points of view. When we look at trade agreements and the difficulties that they pose, we can see that these are complex issues and not easily solved. How hopeful are you that we can look at concepts like the circular economy, for example, and look at producing more, preserving more, and feeding more mouths, because that's the challenge for the world?
Oh, very, very hopeful. So if you look at the arc of human history, the degree to which agriculture has developed and learned over time to enable people to eat better and eat more, not to get obese, but to get healthy, the arc of human history is really on our side. I think the dangers lie in protectionism, in taking one bit of a complicated picture and treating it as if it's the whole, rather than to integrate the wide range of information.
It can be the problem with statistics as well. I mean, you talked about being clear, but of course, we know another cliche, statistics and damn lies.
That I don't agree with. So statistics, I think, tell us the full picture, really, if we get the statistics right.
Context is important, though, isn't it?
Context is very important, but the idea that statistics are an enemy enemy or partial. I think that's actually an obstacle to progress. Of course, it's right that you can't reduce the variety of human concerns to numbers. So in that sense, that's correct. But the idea that statistics are a bit of an enemy and camouflage for what we need, I think that is an obstacle to progress.
I wish you well in getting those messages across to the forum today, and enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.